Hi, welcome to the video. So in this video I'm going to be teaching 2-note per string arpeggios. So you can play these completely as your alternate pick or economy picking. So you don't have to have any sweeping down, but these work great to blend it in with sweeped arpeggios. So if you like sweeping, these are a good variation you can add in. They also blend well with scale runs and with position shifting. So I'll first demonstrate a 3-octave one, going right into a lick I created a few minutes ago that kind of blends some single octave ones from this video along with some sweeping ones, so you can kind of get a feel for what could be done with it. Then I'll go ahead and play or demonstrate all of the ones in the key for both 1-octave and 3-octave positions, and she'll tab for all of that. So. Okay, so that was A minor 7, and then I went into some of the single octave ones, and I'll play it slow at the end if you're interested in learning that, and that'll be on the tab too. Keep in mind the tab will show both fingers I'm using and picking directions I'm using, and I'll show it at the end, but you can also download it for free on my Patreon page. You don't have to remember anything, the link will be in the description. So let's go and jump into it. So let's do the single octave ones. Now these may look a little bit similar to another video that I've done where I did 2-note per string ones. That video were inversions of these shapes. So in that one I was playing off the 7th. This one I'm playing off the root. Okay, and I'll put a link up in the corner. I always reverse it because on the monitor it's reversed when I point at it. Okay, so anyways, we'll start off with a C major 7. And this is all in the key of C major. So I'm going to use 1st and 3rd finger, just 13, 17, 15, 19, and then 1st and 4th finger. So you can either do this as down, up, down, up, down, up, just all down, up strokes, or you can start with the up stroke and go up, down, down. Then I'm going to move down to the B minor position. So on this one we use 1st and 3rd finger. And then I'm going to move down to A minor. So that was a B minor 7 flat 5. Here's a root position A minor 7. And this one I'm going to start, the second finger I'm going to do is, the second note I'm going to use the second finger. This will pull me forward to my next note. You could do it with the 3rd finger. In fact, you could do this entire thing without moving your hand. But part of the reason I use these a lot of times, just like in the example I used, is to shift into a new position on it. So I might be doing a scale run and then use this as a way to shift from one position to another. There won't be tab for that because I was improvising, but let me keep going. So A minor, then I'm going to move back to the G down to 7. So I'm using 3rd finger here again, just pull me forward into this next position. And then we move back to F. So this will be the exact same because it's a major 7 as the one I did on C. So same shape, major 3rd, and then starting off the 5th, another major 3rd. Then I'm going to go to the E minor. So that would be the exact same as the minor 7 off the A. And then D minor, same thing. Now you notice my hand kind of turns on the side. A lot of times, most of the time you'll see me playing, if I'm sticking in a straight scale, my hand's pointing upward, and that's what you'll hear a lot of people say is proper technique. And it's true, if you have your hand pointing towards the ceiling, it allows you to reach with your pinky further than if I tilt my hand. But if I have my hand pointing towards the ceiling and I'm reaching up with my second finger, I can actually go further if I tilt my hand. So it depends on which finger you're trying to stretch forward with. If I'm stretching forward with my second finger, I can go further with my hand tilted. If I'm reaching with my pinky, then I can go further with it towards the ceiling. So there's not always one position that's perfect for every lick. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the 3-octave ones. So I start with the A minor 7. Now I don't use all these equally. I'm showing all the ones in key, so you can choose which ones you use. The minor 7 is my favorite one of these groups. In the other video I did, I actually liked the major 7 fingering better than the major 7 one from this video. So you pick and choose the ones you want from the fingerings available, and it's not always going to be the same fingering for every arpeggio that you like best. So A minor 7, easiest way to think about this is I just had the same shape that we did on the first octave, and then up to octave, to my next A note. Same thing, then going to third octave, same thing. So I can, and that's the one I played in the beginning, that's at the beginning of the video. So now that's the A minor 7. Now I'm going to move forward and play the B minor 7 flat 5. So this time, third finger again, just like the fingering I did. So it's nothing different than what I was doing when demonstrating the single octave ones, just doing it in 3 different octaves. Now that can be hard to visualize sometimes. Now I'm going to go to C major. The easiest way to make sure you know where you're at is you're doing it off the root, then I'm doing it off the 5th. Then I'm back to root, back to 5th. If you know your notes on the neck, instead of picturing that, it might be easier to picture that I'm starting on the C, and in this case, the G. So it's C, then G, then C, then G. So if you know your notes, that can be a way to find it too. Okay, so that was my major 7. Now we can go and do the dominant 7. So major 3rd, but then a minor 3rd. So I'm going to use my 3rd finger here again to pull myself forward. And that gives me my dominant 7. Now if I wanted to do the E minor, I could do that too. Other than it being an open note in this case, it's going to be the exact same. And then the F major would be the exact same as the C major. And the D minor would be the exact same as the A minor and E minor, except just starting on, of course, the D on it. So that's all 7 on it. Now I'll go ahead and demonstrate the lick I played in the beginning. So again, started off just with descending A minor 7. Then I ascended in A minor 7 for 1 octave. And then I went into a G major. So you could also think of this as a E minor 7 if you wanted to think of this as a root with G in the bass instead. But probably easiest to just think of this as a G triad. Then I'm going to add the extra note and go down to D minor 7. Now, this next note I wrote is optional on the tab. If you wanted to just stay straight in the D minor, you could. But in the when I played, I added the E note. Then slid forward. Then I'm actually going to C major here. Now you could put pinky and then these 2 fingers like I did, or you could just jump right to a 3rd finger. Then I just did a short scale run, vibrato the E note, and then I'm going to G7. Hitting the B to create a little tension before resolving back on the C. Okay, let me go and show you the tab. So the first 2 lines are them all in the single octave. Then the 3rd line is that lick that I just played, and the last, and I left off the 3 octave one because that's written below, and then all the 3 octave positions there. So again, you can download some on my Patreon page, so you don't have to remember anything. Don't have to remember this. Up top, I wrote the economy picking here, and then the alternate picking. The picking's the same on all the single octaves, so it won't be any different. I also wrote the fingers that I use on each one. Okay, anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe or like or leave comments. Any of this stuff helps me to get viewed by more people. Right now, YouTube doesn't give me that many views, so any of that stuff will help the algorithm to know that you're interacting with the video, and therefore I'll get more views. Thanks for watching.